What is up guys, today we're going to check out a portable battery charger for your Sony cameras. Let's go check it out. This was sent out to us by a company named Telesin, and what it is basically an all-in box which is going to allow you to charge both of the batteries that comes with it. Also it's going to work as an SD reader, which you can pretty much keep an SD card in there and use it as a hard drive, portable hard drive, and it's going to work as a storage device for your batteries and an additional SD card if you want to take it on the go. Before we get into the details, let's check it out real quick. Now, all around it is going to have a silicone wrap that is going to add additional protection. It's going to keep it from getting scratched. It's going to protect it from bumps and drops. On the top, you have a linear, which you're going to be able to either hang it on your backpack, just hang it on your pants for easier portability and storage if you don't want to keep it inside the bag. On the back, you're going to have a tab that comes off where you can plug in the USB Type B. Now, it's going to come with the cable as well. One side is USB Type B, the other side is regular USB. It's going to be 3.0 compatible and also going to be compatible as 2.0. In the front, you're going to have a push button, which is going to pop the case open, and inside you're going to be able to see both of the batteries. Also, you're going to be able to see that on the cover, you're going to have a slot where you can store an SD card, and right in the middle you have the slot for the SD card reader. When it comes to closing it, it pops right in there and it stays pretty secure. I've been using this for about a month now and it's holding pretty good. Now, as it does have a silicone skirt around it, the only thing that I noticed is that it's going to attract some dust and it's going to attract some fabric, you know, the usual stuff that you get with the silicone material. The silicone wrap is not just going to add you impact resistant or dust proof, it's also going to give you some water resistant. It's going to be IP54 certified. Now, it doesn't mean you can throw it in the pool or get it in a bucket, but it's going to protect it from just rain, or if you get some splash of water, that's going to add that additional protection, keeping the water from staying outside of your batteries. Now, the two batteries that you're going to get, they're going to be compatible with most of the Sony cameras. I tested them out with the Sony a5000, I tested them out with the Sony a6400, and they've been working pretty well. These are going to be pretty much compatible with the NP-FW50, which I believe that's most of the Sony cameras. On the description, I'll have more information if you want to see if it's compatible with your camera, but pretty much any battery that you have, if you have a Sony NP-FW50, it should be compatible. They are going to have 1030 milliamps. It's a 7.2 volts, 7.4 watts. Now, when it comes to performance, I mean, they're new, so far they're giving me about the same amount of time that I get from my Sony batteries, about hour and a half, depending on the shoot that I'm doing. But so far they're holding pretty good. I haven't noticed a significant difference from the original Sony batteries, so kudos to them. They looks like they did a pretty good job. When it comes to the size, I don't have an issue getting them in the slots, out of the slots. They fit pretty well. When it comes to charging both of them with the charging case, it takes about 3.5 hours from 0 to 100, give it taking on average, so it is pretty good. And I wanted to test out the discharge without using them, and I left one of them without use for about 3 weeks, and it discharged about 20% on temperatures between 60 to 75 degrees. So I think that's not bad compared to what I've noticed with some of the other third-party batteries. Sometimes within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they will discharge completely. So I don't know, you guys tell me if that's good or bad. Overall, I think it was pretty good. Another cool feature that you're gonna get on the middle, you're gonna have this SD reader where you can basically pop the SD card right in there. You press it once, it stays in there pretty secure. You press on it again and it will pop it out. On the back, on the cover, as I already mentioned, you also are going to be able to store an additional SD card, which it does stay in there pretty good. It's a pretty tight fit, and I have noticed that it will not come off easily once you insert it in there. When it comes to transferring data, I noticed with my computer, I noticed that it's pretty consistent with what I get with the SD card reader that it came with it. On average, I'm getting about 45 megabytes from the computer to the charging case, and I'm getting about 90 megabytes from the charging case to the computer when I'm transferring data. I did the same test on the SD card reader from the computer and I have the same results. You're supposed to get about 312 megabytes speed on transfer data, but that's gonna change depending on the SD card that you have, the hardware that you have on the computer. I noticed that there was a few times where it was basically went up to about 300 and something megabytes, and there was one time that it even gave me a reading of over a gigabyte, which I thought it was crazy, but it basically transferred the file just like that. I couldn't replicate it many times. I got it to replicate maybe a few times here and there, so probably a lot of it has to do with the hardware on my computer. Now, I've been using this to transfer a lot of my files from my main computer to my old computer, and I noticed that it's pretty compatible with both of them, the newer computer and the old computer. I haven't had any issues with the SD card reader disconnecting or giving me errors not transferring the data, and I basically transferred about 120 gigabytes so far, and so far no issues there. It will come in different colors. The one that I have is this light gray and black. There's also another one that is like a light blue and yellow, so you do have different options if you want to go check them out. I'll have a link in the description below to Amazon. It will run you around $58, $59, so if that's something that you're interested in, definitely go check it out. Again, you're gonna get 2 batteries, you're gonna have the USB cable, and you're gonna have the charging case. It will not come with any SD cards, the ones that I show in the video. Those were my personal ones, but let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. If you have any questions, also let me know. Consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.